Okay, here we go. Hello and welcome back. It is now Friday the 2nd of October. The parts have been given to the painter and he's going to paint it this weekend. So I'm busy fixing all the other things. So the last video I did was the front forks and it was just before I gave it in. Now they have been given in, the front forks are taken apart. It's a little bit of a mess because I'm dealing with all these small things. Today I'm going to do the front wheel. So I just did the back wheel yesterday, just to be sure that I was doing the right things. This is the front wheel. It's not that they are bad, but I want it to look kind of new, not polished, but new. So if you can see here, this is all dirty and very hard to clean. All the spokes are rusty. I don't think it's that bad on this one, but the other one had some bent spokes. The spokes on the Victoria is usually two different sizes, but that's with the steel rim. This is an aluminium rim. Lightweight aluminium, extra paid when it was new, blah blah blah. And the spokes are actually the same length, approximately. I bought the same length, 165 millimeters, M4 with a 95-degree head turn. I'm not sure it's exactly what they need, but the back wheel looks really nice. So this is the back wheel, new spokes. When I put the micrometer on, I get a deflection of about 1 millimeter, so that's very acceptable. I have not done much with the logo here. I'm gonna paint it in with some nail polish or something like this, because it's a different red than on the other parts of the bike. Also, I'm using this anchor. I have two other anchors, and the ones that was on there was dirty looking. This one is definitely the one with the bike, and it doesn't have any scratches and dents. But the arm had rusted itself shut, so I just changed the arms and now it's a lot better. And if you can see in here, I've cleaned it up. I've done it with roughly with a machine, so it's not. It could have been polished to, you know, shiny chrome-like, and the same with the rim, but it's just a mess. Then you have to polish it every weekend and stuff. I just want it to be nice and presentable. So back to the old one. Also, I can see I need to. There's a bunch of brake powder in here that I need to remove. But anyway, I'm gonna do the whole thing today. Spokes, truing, and putting the brake back in, hopefully. And I'm gonna do it the fast and easy way, because these things are so rusty. So basically, steel, then this is stainless, and then this is aluminium. And the way that the spokes are in, it's just nasty. I found that the easiest way is just to cut them with a grinder. So I'm gonna do that now. Okay, so it feels a little bit silly, but I have safety glasses on top of my real glasses. I'm not sure if they actually cover. Anyway, safety glasses, gloves. Let's see how long time they stay on. I heard someone call this a hipster, what was it? Hipster tool, something like this. It's a bit noisy, so I will just probably speed up this video, but basically just cut them over and you will hear a spring when they release, and slowly the whole thing will be able to be taken apart. took out all the spokes. This is the see how dirty it is. Probably never had a real cleaning. And usually you have to remember to do the right in, out, left, right. But this old drum has deep spores, traces of the old spokes. So I'm just gonna copy how it used to be. And if you look at the rim, I can finally clean it totally. But if you look at it like this, you can see there's two rows, one on the right and one on the left. And they point towards where the spoke should be. So unlike regular rims, these are fairly easy to set up as they were so intended to. All right, but we have a regular rim, or it's not regular, it's actually 40 spokes and like 36 on the other one. On regular rims, I don't know if you can see it, but here it just points straight ahead. So you have to remember the system. There's still two rows, but they don't point any particular place. So actually, I set this up a long time ago. I have to recheck it, but I think it's pretty straight. Okay, so now it's cleaning, which is not that interesting. Basically, I'll put a polish brush on the wheel grinder. Not this one actually, the other one. And just clean. So I'm not gonna record that and listen to some music while I do that. All right, see you when I put spokes in. Okay. I'm listening to music while I'm doing this, so I will just mount them as they were. So see it clean. Not clean, polished, but clean. And I'll do this better, I think. Still give, but not much. Now it requires precision. So, I don't know if it makes totally sense, but there's two ways, two directions. So this is steady, of course, but this can still be off center and off center. So first I will check that it's not off center, and then we can get it into, what did I do? off center, and then we do this. Tighten yet. I don't know if it can be seen. There's a little bit of jumping. And then if we look at the side, there should be a fair amount of jumping. Yeah, it wobbles. Okay. So to fix that, we use a micrometer. Ideally, the micrometer should be placed at the horizontal point, so here. But because of the spokes, we cannot put it here. I will push it like here. That's close enough. And then afterwards, I will put it here on the rim to adjust for this. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it now. I'll probably stop here and then do small sequences. As you can see, this has been stable to the table, so it doesn't move. It's very sensitive. And then it's going around a flat surface here, and then around, I could have been higher, but okay, so just by me touching the table changes this. So don't look at the big arm. The big arm is kind of useless for this kind of things. So look at the small arm, which is around 3. If I start spinning, we see it goes from 3 to 4 millimeters. So that doesn't mean 0 or something. It just means it's 1 millimeter off. This we don't want. We don't want. We want it as close to 0 because this is the center of the wheel. It will give jumpy wheels if you don't center that. So I will go and find maybe 3.5 millimeters. Or actually, I'll just find where this 4 millimeter point comes in. Yeah, it goes out there, comes in here. So it's this half basically is too far this way. So we have to tighten up that way and loosen this way. Okay. Just because I don't want to film the whole thing because it can take hours, but basically you just tighten or loosen. It's not that hard, but no matter how unhard it is, you still fuck it up. But this is not the hard one, because this is just the center, so it's only about loosening a whole row, tightening another row. The hard part is this direction. Okay, we get to that. So now I have tightened as much as I could. I didn't loosen because it's kind of inaccurate at the moment, so don't look at the big one, look at the kind of. So that's pretty good. It stays within 8, and before this clip it was 3. That was because I've moved it up so it's more aligned with the center. And then I moved it a little bit because I wanted to find a smooth surface. It's not smooth as you can hear. But now I will do the same just to check. I will measure on the inside just to check because this path is a little bit rough. And then I will go on to this side. So now I put it here, which is a much smoother, much nicer surface to do it on. I will just show you. Don't look at the side movement, just look at the straightness so it doesn't jump. I'm trying to keep the camera still. But it doesn't jump. But what you will see is that it goes like this now. And if you don't trust my hand shaking, you can see it here. Again, don't focus on the big one, focus on the small one. So it jumps from like 7 to 3, something like that, 4 millimeters, and it's very visible when you look straight down. If you look at the needle there. So now I have to true it. It's pretty much basically fully in center. I just checked it by measuring on the inside, and it's like 0.1 millimeter or something. It's really nice. So what you do now is when you find it to be too far that way or that way, you have to tighten the way you want it and loosen it the way it shouldn't be. But again, loosen. Okay, now let's say it's like this. You don't tighten like a full round. You take like a quarter, and then you loosen by maybe a little bit less, just so you still have tight spokes. In the end, it would be nice if you could just strum them, and have the same sound. They're not quite there, but it's getting there. Yeah, this one is loose, so that's not good. It's not doing its work. Also, another thing I found when I did the back tire is that some of these spokes should be very close to each other. That means it's a little bit off center when it's not. So there's a little gap. But these two are tight. Sure. Yeah. Well, it's not perfect, but yeah. So it's been trued, and the brake pad are in, and I don't think I can get it out, but they're in. Everything's been lubricated. I don't know what happens today, but I get some clips and I don't get some other clips. So yeah, back and front is both re-spoked and trued. And yes, I could have polished it like to be shiny. You can almost see the shininess of this one. The other one could use a little bit more, but that's not the purpose of this project. Else I would have probably cleaned all this rubber shit here. You could really do more work than is necessary. I'm gonna have a bike that's almost like new and nice, but it's not gonna be perfect, but that's fine with me. I just looked at my videos and I saw that it ended kind of abruptly, so I just wanted to do a little video on this last piece. Yeah, both wheels are done. I'm waiting for the tires. The old tires are over there, and they are of an unknown date. I think that the date on the side of the tires was introduced in '96. As I can't find it on here, guess they are older.